Round up, let me, and the one reason why he was attracted to me was the one reason why we're not together. He couldn't handle the fact that I had nude pictures. He couldn't handle the fact that I was a celebrity. He didn't like the fact that his friends all wanted me. What happened to R&B singer Blu Cantrell? Why did she suddenly disappear from the spotlight after her hit songs like Hit Him Up? Style fans have been worried for years. Was it personal struggles, career problems, or something more? Now Blu Cantrell finally confirms the truth. There go dream. This is a story about a shady record contract, racy photos, and even rumors of a mental breakdown. And yes, we'll talk about what happened between her and Jay-Z. Let's find out what she revealed. Her early beginnings. Was a shorter man in the NBA. No, he's 64. My dad was 6 feet 4 inches. Born Tiffany Cobb in Rhode Island. She was given the name Blue because of her love for the color blue. Is that your birth name? No, Blue is my nickname. My real name is Tiffany. That's a really pretty. Your name is very catchy. Yeah, Blu Can, and my mother gave me that name since I was young. Her mom, a jazz singer, raised Blu in her 5 siblings on her own. Blu once said her dad, a former NBA player, wasn't around much and left the family when she was young. I have a deadbeat dad, so he hasn't been around. He's a professional ball player, doesn't really represent much in the from back in the day. From back in the day. Do we know his name? I'm sure, but you won't have to keep down to the raps. I shouldn't even brought that up. Okay. At 17, Blu moved to New York to chase her dream of becoming a singer. She quickly realized it wasn't going to be easy. She worked many different jobs to pay the bills. At 18, she even posed for adult magazine photos to make money. Well, I did it, to pay my bills. A friend of mine who worked for the magazine convinced me to do it. It seemed like easy cash at the time, but these photos would come back to haunt her later, and the one reason why he was attracted to me was the one reason why we're not together. He couldn't handle the fact that I had nude pictures. He couldn't handle the fact that I was a celebrity. He didn't like the fact that his friends all wanted using her childhood nickname and her grandmother's last name. Blu entered the music world as Blu Cantrell. She joined a girl group called 8th Avenue, formed by the famous producer Teddy Riley, but after the breakup of another group, Blackstreet, 8th Avenue split up. 200000, Blu's life took a tragic turn. Her sister was in a car accident and ended up in a coma in an Atlanta hospital. Blu moved to Atlanta to be closer to her sister while her family hoped for her sister's recovery. Blu's life was about to change one day. While in a hotel lobby, Blu met a man who would change everything for her. She also ran into Usher, and these meetings led her to Christopher "Tricky" Stewart, the co-founder of Red Zone Entertainment. At the time, Tricky was riding high after producing Ma's hit song Case of the X. Impressed by Blu's voice, Tricky asked her to sing background vocals for well-known artists like Faith Evans, Puff Daddy, and Aaron Hall. He even invited Blu to stay at his home in Atlanta, but as Blu's career began to rise, things weren't always smooth. She faced challenges in the music industry, including a controversial record contract, and her RAC photos from her past started to affect her image later. Blu faced mental health struggles, and rumors started swirling about what really went wrong. From struggles to stardom. Music. Blu had a lot on her plate when it came time to decide whether she should return to New York. She was still dealing with a lot of stress, even though her sister had come out of a coma, but there was still a long recovery ahead for her. sister, and Blu wasn't sure if she was ready to jump back into life in New York. However, something about being around Tricky's family made her feel like it was the right move. She had been living alone for so long, and she really longed for the stability of being around people who cared for her, so she decided to stay in Atlanta and even moved in with Tricky and his family for a while staying with Tricky, he told her he was going to call his friend La Reed, who was the president of Arista Records, to listen to some of her songs. Blu didn't believe him at first, but soon enough La Reed was in the studio with them. He was impressed by Blu's amazing voice and offered her a deal on the spot. Blu was ready to sign right away, but Tricky told her to slow down and take some time to think things through. They decided to send La Reed away and talk about it more soon. News spread about the new singer with the incredible voice. Before long, 10 different record labels were fighting to sign her. La Reed wasn't about to let anyone else sign her, so he offered her the best deal and even threw in a fur. Sorry to sweeten the deal. Blu was happy to sign with Arista, but little did she know she was also signing away all of her future music profits. She quickly got to work on her debut album. One of the first songs she recorded was Hit Him Up Style, which was written and produced by Dallas Austin. Blu also traveled to Indianapolis to work with legendary producers Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis. She walked into their big studio, and as a pianist played, she began singing a melody. The song she worked on was called I'll Find a Way In, and A Bad Relationship at the time. Hit Him Up Style was released in April 2001 and became an instant hit. It reached number 2 on the Billboard Hot 100. Blu was sent on a nationwide tour to promote the song and also received a Grammy nomination. Her debut album So Blue was released in July 2001 and went on to be certified gold. Blu worked hard to the challenges along the way get her music noticed. She didn't just sit back and hope people would listen to her albums. She went to many record stores and convinced store owners to buy more copies of her album. By building good relationships with these owners, she helped her album go platinum. It was a smart move, and it paid off. At an awards show, Blu met an NBA player. She never said who he was, but she did tell Wendy Williams that he was very interested in her. They started dating, and everything seemed great. Coached me at an award show that I did okay, and just pursued me and kept calling me and calling me and calling me, and eventually started dating him. Ended up falling in love, meeting his mother, staying with him the whole night. Okay, and her career was doing well and she was happy, but then things took an unexpected turn in May 2002. Some old photos of Blu from Blacktail magazine were found. Blu handled the situation with grace. She told the Atlanta Journal Constitution AJC that she would even sign one of those photos if someone wanted it. She also told The Guardian that the pictures kept her name in the news, so she wasn't too upset about them. In fact, Blu made a deal to pose for Playboy magazine, which earned her a $1 million payout. She was also invited to perform at the Playboy Mansion, but not everyone was happy with the photos. A British radio station, Radio 1, briefly banned her music. Sadly, the pictures also ended her relationship with the NBA player. They decided to break up in 2003. And the one reason why he was attracted to me was the one reason why we're not together. He couldn't handle the fact that I had nude pictures. He couldn't handle the fact that I was a celebrity. He didn't like the fact that his friends all wanted me. Later that year, Blu released her second album, Bittersweet. It did really well, reaching Number 7 on the Billboard Arts and performing well internationally. It also earned her another Grammy nomination, but more rumors started to swirl around Blu's personal life, especially concerning her and rapper Jay-Z. Even though Jay-Z was dating Beyoncé, people thought there was something more between him and Blu. Blu, however, always said they were just friends. In an interview with Wendy Williams, Blu admitted that she had a crush on Jay-Z. She said she was open to giving him a chance if the opportunity came up. "I have a big crush on him," Blu said, "and I wouldn't turn him down." But even though there was a crush, Blu was careful and selective about who she dated. "But we would talk more on that shortly. I got the telephone call and it was Blu herself who wanted me to do this interview. Very big." Blu: "Oh no problem. Cheers." "Cheers to you, honey." Then things got even stranger. People began to notice that Beyoncé's song Baby Boy sounded a lot like Blu's song Breathe. Blu thought that Beyoncé was hinting at her in the lyrics of Baby Boy, especially the line "Let me breathe." It seemed like the two might be using their music to send messages to each other. Breathe, a music rivalry or just a coincidence, became a hit, but there was something interesting about it. Beyoncé's song Me, Myself and I came out after Blu's, and people noticed the song sounded similar. They both even had the same part in the hook. Some people thought Beyoncé copied Blu, but Blu told Contact Music that she was a fan of Beyoncé and wasn't worried. She believed that if Beyoncé was talented, she shouldn't have to copy anyone. Then Blu released a music video promo for her song Round